Thank you, everybody, for coming to the Aaron Torres Podcast YouTube page. If you could do me a quick favor, see that little subscribe button at the bottom of your screen? Go ahead, click that subscribe button. Really does help our channel grow, our audience grow, and I really do appreciate it more than you know. So click that subscribe button. Appreciate your support. Now, here's the video that you came here for. Third Saturday in October. You can set your watch to this one. And listen, I got a lot to say about Alabama. But before I do, I don't ever want to make it seem like I am not giving Tennessee credit for this win. Okay, so Tennessee wins 24-17, their second win in the last three against Alabama, second straight win in Knoxville. And I will say a couple things. One, there is a DeBoer element to this that we have to talk about, but I don't want Tennessee fans thinking that because I'm going to criticize Kalen DeBoer that is in any way taking away from what Tennessee did on Saturday. They got the second win in 3 years, second straight at Neyland Stadium, and we all saw the pictures of the cigar smoke billowing out of the stadium after the game went final. So let's go ahead and dive in. And, first of all, I think the thing that stood out to me as soon as this game started on Saturday afternoon, it was the first time that I can really remember that the team's size, speed, athleticism, talent, they looked exactly the same to me. And listen, 2 years ago was absolutely incredible. But 2 years ago, it was Hendon Hooker versus the world. Okay, it's no disrespect intended to any of the other 84 players on that team. Jalen Hyatt was awesome, whatever. But it was Hendon Hooker putting a team and a program on his back to get that victory. Bryce Young, by the way, was incredible in that game. This year, though, you just watched from the beginning, and it was like these two teams are pretty evenly matched. I actually thought Tennessee was going to win outright, so I'm not totally surprised by the result. But at the end of the day, it just felt different. It looked different. The cigars, it wasn't any less of a win, but it felt like 2 years ago, it was kind of like, okay, this is our moment. We have the right coach. We're on our way. But, oh, by the way, we still got Georgia, and that's a little bit intimidating down the road. This year, though, you look at Tennessee, they're every bit as good as basically anybody in this league. I think they can compete at the highest level. But to me, why I would be excited if I was a Tennessee fan, it isn't just the fact that you beat Alabama for a second time in 3 years. And by the way, maybe Bama isn't that good, but it doesn't take away from the win. But here's what would have me extra excited. The difference between Nico Iamaleava in the first half versus Nico in the second half. You got your quarterback, and I think that was the first real sign that that this kid, we've seen the hype, we've seen the highlight videos, but that this kid might be able to do it in the SEC at the highest level. And if he can, that's where it gets fun because it takes your entire program to another level. And when I think about Tennessee, it's funny. I think about the conversations that we've had about them on this show the last 3-4 weeks. And I want to give myself a little pat on the back because I was one of the few very early, like I was on board like that, right? You go back to the NC State game. I said, this team is for real. Everybody's going to focus on the offense, but they run the ball well. The O-line dominates, and the defense is elite. And so it took a few weeks for everybody else to catch up. By the way, Vegas still hasn't caught up because, 4 of the last 5 weeks I've taken the under in the Tennessee game. None of them have been close. Took it against Oklahoma. I took it in the Oklahoma game. Took it in the Arkansas game. Took it in the game on Saturday. So I guess it was 3 out of the last 4 games. But I bring it up because that defense is elite. And really, that defense has been carrying this team. I want to welcome a new sponsor to the Aaron Torres pod, Blue Chew. Fellas, remember back in the day when you were always ready to go? Well, things change. You got a lot on your mind. Your football team isn't very good. Well, here's the good news. That's where Blue Chew comes in. Blue Chew is an online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra, but at a fraction of the cost and in chewable form. To get started, it's so easy. Just go to BlueChew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. The best part, it's all done online. No awkward trip to the doctors, no waiting at the pharmacy, no stink eyes, no raised eyebrows, nothing. Thing is, though, I know a lot of you are probably wondering, Torres, does it actually work? Do you think I need to try it? Well, here's the deal. Try it for a month for free, and I think there will be no turning back, all right? You'll love it. Your partner is going to love it. Your football team may stink, but you'll be rocking like the '85 Bears between the sheets. So go ahead, try it out. And here is the great news. We have a special offer for listeners of the Aaron Torres pod. You can try Blue Chew for free when you use the code Torres at checkout. All you got to do is pay $5 in shipping. Go to bluechew.com, use promo code Torres at checkout. You get Blue Chew for free for a free month, and you only have to pay $5 shipping. Again, visit bluechew.com for more details and important safety information. Thank you to Blue Chew for sponsoring the Aaron Torres podcast. And so it's funny because I go back to some of my commentary 3-4 weeks ago, and my initial thought was probably, you know what? The defense is good. The defense is great. The run game is great. And they're not really, they're kind of easing Nico into this thing. But what I think has been apparent the last few weeks is that either Josh Heupel, and this is no disrespect, this is not Josh Heupel's a bad coach. Josh Heupel's a great coach. But it was either Josh Heupel didn't trust Nico, Josh Heupel didn't think Nico was capable, and you had the weird Arkansas game where they just couldn't get anything going. You had the Florida game where Nico didn't look great. And I know there's going to be stats out there that indicate that, if you just look at the stat sheet, it doesn't look like Nico played his best game, okay? But at the same time, if you watch the game, he was a different player in the second half, picked up several big plays with his feet, and then I think as importantly, was just throwing the ball all over the yard, right? I mean, first of all, 24 second half points in that game. And I think beyond that, just a couple big time throws in that game. The pass to take the lead late in the fourth quarter to Chris Brazell, as good of a pass as you can throw. And that was a throw that I don't know if he has the confidence to make 3-4 weeks ago. And so to me, this is why I'm excited if I'm a Tennessee fan, because I'm looking at this team. I'm looking at how good the run game was, how good the defense has been. And the whole question was, if you get Nico going too, oh, baby, it's a wrap. You're going to be in really good shape. And so now he plays his best game against a great opponent. Now you got to buy. And if you can keep this momentum going, there's no telling what this team is capable of. Because again, with Nico playing the way maybe he did against Arkansas, it's no disrespect, it's just the truth. You're a team that maybe you can make the playoff, but can you really do damage once you get there? If you can get Nico going over these next few weeks, if you can get him more confident, you have 5 more regular season games, maybe an SEC championship game the way things are going. And on top of that, if you make the playoff, that's several more weeks of practice. Think about how good and how much more confident Nico can be 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 weeks down the road when you could still be playing football. So to me, great win for Tennessee. You deserve all the props. You deserve all the credit. And my goodness, what a game. What a victory. I hope you enjoyed it. But I'm here to say, 1, the program is obviously in great shape. But 2, if you can get Nico playing at that next level, I think that has to get you excited for the rest of the season ahead.